President Biden said today he believes Russia's President Vladimir Putin has made the decision to further invade Ukraine and that it will likely happen in the coming days. Before Mr. Biden's remarks at a late-day news conference, U.S. officials said even more Russian troops have arrived at the Russia-Ukraine border in recent days. They join 150,000 already on station, who the U.S. says are poised to attack. And as Nick Schifrin tells us, the U.S. fears the Russians and their allies may be in the initial phase of sparking a new and more brutal invasion.
If war in Ukraine's about to begin, U.S. officials fear it could start with an event like this. In the eastern city of Donetsk, controlled by Russian-backed separatists, local authorities showed off what they called the pro-Russian local military leader's car destroyed by a bomb. Authorities allowed local cameramen to film residents loading buses to flee across the border into Russia. And a military leader of the self-proclaimed separatist republic, Eduard Basurin, blamed the Ukrainian government.
The armed units of Ukraine are deliberately trying to instill fear and panic among the civilians of our republic by targeting vital infrastructure.
But open-source researchers say this video by the Donetsk leader reportedly recorded today was actually filmed 2 days ago. And today, President Biden called their claims deceptive and a possible pretext for Russian invasion.
All of these are consistent with the playbook the Russians have used before to set up a false justification to act against Ukraine. As of this moment, I'm convinced he's made the decision. We have reason to believe that.
But Russian President Vladimir Putin today said the Ukrainian government must negotiate with separatist leaders.
All Kyiv needs to do is sit at the negotiation table with Donbas representatives to resolve the conflict. And the earlier that happens, the better. Unfortunately, right now we see the situation escalating.
The U.S. and Kyiv say Russian-backed separatists are the aggressors, targeting this army checkpoint this morning, and what Ukrainian police say was this residential building last night. Ukrainian Armed Forces Commander Valery Valuzhny.
We can't rebut all fabrications, the number of which is growing exponentially and is produced by enemy propaganda during these tough days.
The tough days have included cyber attacks that took down the websites of Ukraine's two largest banks and the foreign and defense ministries. Today, Ann Neuberger, Deputy National Security Advisor for Cyber, blamed the Russian government.
While of limited impact, this recent spate of cyber attacks in Ukraine are consistent with what a Russian effort could look like in laying the groundwork for more disruptive cyber attacks accompanying a potential further invasion.
Senior U.S. officials say that invasion could come at any minute because more Russian troops have arrived in the last few days and are in a heightened readiness. Meanwhile, NATO tried to demonstrate unity. In Munich, Vice President Kamala Harris led a day of diplomacy with the NATO Secretary General and Baltic leaders.
The focus for us in working together is to further coordinate.
But the rhetoric doesn't match all of the reality. Germany refuses to provide Ukraine lethal weapons, a policy Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock defended.
We are saying we are not selling weapons to everybody in the world, but only to our partners, NATO partners and European Union partners.
But the mayor of Kyiv, Vitaly Klitschko, pushed back.
We need right now defensive weapon. We're ready to defend our families, our states, our cities, our citizens. We need support.
Back in Kyiv today, a memorial honoring the Heavenly 100, martyrs of the 2014 conflict between two neighbors. This city has seen tragedy and now fears more. Officials today say they have plans to evacuate nearly the entire city should it come to that. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Nick Schifrin.